So hello. Well, today it might hopefully won't be too long a video, but it might be a little bit longer than normal because I've got two things to explore in it. So first of all, a couple of shout outs. The first one being for Steel Helmet Stan. To thank him for these wonderful binoculars that he sent me more than a year ago now, I think. But they're 10 by 50 binos. The light's pretty bad today because it's winter's in now. Unfortunately, it's coming in darker. But they're Mark Sheffield binoculars, which I think they're absolutely awesome. I love them. I don't even like them a lot. I love them, innit? And the lenses. I don't know if I can get that cap off. Yeah, I can. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the quality of the lenses, they're awesome. And also, mate, thanks so much, because I've never seen my neighbour's wife so up close and personal before in the shower. It really does work well, I'm joking, I don't watch my neighbour's wife in the shower. Or do I? I'm joking, of course. But no, a wonderful gift. And the binos came in this lovely, beautiful case, really, it's got like a velour interior, maybe even leather. I think it might well be leather, actually, this thing. It's awesome. Really, really nice. That's the original box that they came into. Yeah. Unbelievable. Talk about, I have seen things you people would not believe. And I have with these binos. It's awesome. Because also, another shout out to Landsturm. Thank you so much, Al, for putting me onto this book. We were chatting recently, and I said I use my binos because he was saying, he likes space gazing and he likes stargazing, I should say, sorry, watching things going on in space as I do. And with the binos, and he said, what you need is this Exploring the Night Sky with Binoculars by Patrick Moore. And oh my god, you're right, it arrived, Al. It's arrived, it's here. And that's the sort of rough feed with it. I didn't pay excuse me, I didn't pay 12 quid for it. Excuse me, I've got a really bad throat at the moment. Where's the information that you need? There you go. That's what you need to grab yourselves a copy. But I'm going to have great fun with this book and those binos is all I can say. And so it talks about different types of binocular. Obviously, I might well have to get myself a what's it called? A tripod. It talks about how binos work. A wonderul book, chest mounting binocular thing. Never even heard of it. So that's going to be really interesting. I'm going to have to look into the bits. And there's the brilliant stars were given individual names, most of which are Arabic. That's very interesting. Although a few are Greek. So there they are. How amazing is this book, Al? Wonderful. And how amazing are those binos, Stan? Cheers, mate. I'm just in awe of the whole business. Now I'm going to have fun because I'm pretty much on my own, apart from Jimmy, and he doesn't say much. And so at night I can now nip out and when the old shower curtain gets closed, sort of thing. I'm joking. I can point the binoculars into the sky and have a look at the stars, which is great. I can't wait. Clusters, nebulae, and galaxies. Sounds good. Sounds good. Stars of the seasons. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh my lordy. And there are quite a few of them, innit? I mean, I'm quite adept at navigation. I remember when I was living in the southern hemisphere, it was interesting in Australia because they have the Southern Cross with its 2 pointers, and it was a different Stargate. But I met a South African chap that I got on very well with. He and his wife gave me lots of rides in their camper van as we were moving from one fruit picking situation to another. And he was telling me he'd fought in the Rhodesian War, as it was called, in those days. Back, obviously when I lived in Australia, it was back in the early to mid to late 80s, and he'd fought in the Rhodesian War. Anthony Randall, his name was. He was a captain in the Rhodesian army, which is now called Zimbabwe, isn't it? And he was telling me how they used to navigate by the stars, and I said to him, well, I can navigate to a point, you know, using sort of North Star, find the North Star using the plough and Cassiopeia, you know, and all the rest of it, and that was about the limit of my knowledge. You know, there's the Ursa Major, the plough, I think it's known as, and then you can find Polaris from the W of Cassiopeia. You count so many in to 3, I think it is, from that one, and then up there 5 or whatever. I don't remember now. I mean, I'm a bit daft when it comes down to certain things like that. But this bloke went on to another faction. You know, he was like, what the heck? And he was telling me how to effectively navigate around the world. And then I realised that that's how they used to do that in the Navy, using, you know, sextants and sunrises and horizons and stars and stuff. And I just suddenly got a whole new fervour for learning all about stars and navigations and things like that. And then when I was working for the media, there was this thing called the Hubble telescope, and there was one bloke that had a whole load of images from this Hubble telescope, which were from way out of space. And the mission of the post-production house that I was working for at the time, in their IT department, was to colorise these stars and how they would be, you know, how they would be if you were actually there. And the colours were awesome. I mean, it was just surreal, the beauty of these way out of space solar sort of systems and what have you. These sorts of things, you know, but in colour. And then I remembered Star Trek and my childhood watching that, and Captain James T. Kirk, you know, these are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. And an old Spock, you know, he would kind of come in, wouldn't he, and he'd give you a Vulcan hand grip, you know, and you'd collapse. Oh, he's a dead one. But I'm joking, obviously, but I love that sort of stuff, and it inspired my mind. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, there you are. There it is. So I won't make this too long, but again, thank you so much, Stan, for this lovely gift. I'd never have taken the straps off because I don't need them. Because you don't need them when you're watching your neighbour's wife. You can just do it handheld, isn't it, mates? Handheld it is. And there's an instruction booklet. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Well, I might be, but I am not. There's an instruction booklet. And thanks again so much, Al, for the tip, for the heads up on this wonderful book, Exploring the Night Sky with Binoculars. It's awesome, and I like it a lot. And all the rest of you guys and girls, thanks ever so much for watching. I really appreciate it, as always. And all the very best wishes. Cheers.